Today, East meets South in a ridiculously delicious carne asada cup noodles. Today, we tip our hat to Cali Tacos in Orange, California, the inventor of carne asada cup noodles. It's a crazy combination that generally wouldn't think would go well together, but it looks good. I've never had it. I've just seen it. So we thought, let's try and see if we can recreate it, find out if it is as delicious as I want it to be. We begin with my own version of carne asada, a version that I've gotten a lot of shit for because I put soy sauce into it, which is not traditional, but it makes it delicious. Follow along, we end up with amazing carne asada, and then we'll take it from there. Let's start by chopping up the top of a bunch of cilantro. One twist, and we have what we need. Just chop away. And you want this fairly finely minced, and I know you're probably looking going, well, why didn't you just use a processor, Sam? Well, sometimes I don't like to use a processor, or processor, as we say in Canada. Sometimes I just like to chop by myself. And by the way, if your knife skills blow, this would be a good time to work on it. Cutting something like this is one of my favorite things to do. I put the knife down, I keep my left hand fingers right here, and I use it to pivot. And I don't lift the point, I just really chop like that. Same, just turn and chop, turn and chop. And yes, that is dogs playing. And when it's done, put it into a big bowl. Next will be 3 cloves of garlic we'll chop up. And when this is nice and fine, we'll throw this in our bowl. We scoop, and it goes. And we continue. A tablespoon of cumin. Maybe a little more, I love it. A couple tablespoons of brown sugar. Kosher salt. The zest of 1 lime. Tons of flavor in the zest, but just the color, not the white underneath. And if you don't have a zester like this, many box graters will have a pretty fine setting. And if yours doesn't, and you want one of these, this is called a microplane zester. We'll put a link to it at the bottom. And when you've got the zest, we want the juice of that lime. We'll roll it to break up the fibers, make it juicier, cut it, and squeeze. Two more things, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, the unconventional part, and then half a cup of avocado oil. And we mix. I wish you could smell this. I'm not kidding. What this is going to do for our steak is unbelievable. All right, steak time. And our steak of choice today will be skirt steak. Here's one of the reasons I like it. I like it because it's long, it's thin, and it's perfect. It comes from under the rib cage of the cow. Look, recently we've used flat iron, we've used flank before. I've used for this something called flat meat. I don't know if you can find flat meat, but skirt steak is a perfect option for this. Perfect. We're gonna leave it whole like this, and all we're gonna do is we're gonna take this now, drop it into our delicious carne asada marinade like this. In we go. Nice. Covered that side, covered this side. Look, you could cut this into smaller pieces if you want, but I kind of dig having one giant ass piece because you're just cooking one big giant ass piece, flipping it around, turning it. You want to get it nicely covered. And now this whole guy right into the fridge. And now this whole guy right into the fridge. 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Probably don't need more than that. I'll wash my hands and I'll come back and we'll start with a sauce that we need. We begin with sour cream. Look, I make this little sauce all the time because it's so damn good and simple. Next up will be some Chipotle Peppers minced. A nice amount too. We'll follow with some lime juice. Half a lime will do it. And then I like to follow with a little more chopped cilantro, which if I was smart, I would have saved it from before, but I'm not. It just makes it look better. Obviously there's taste, but I like the way the speckledness of this little sauce shows up.
Did you learn the term speckledness at your time at the Culinary Academy?
This Larry's Institute of Cooking Stuff. Okay, in goes the cilantro. We give it a tiny pinch of salt, and why, Max?
Because why not?
There's a better answer than that.
It always needs it.
Better answer than that. Sadly, my son of 32 years has not been listening enough. How long have we been shooting together?
10 years now, maybe?
How many times have I given the salt speech? Don't bother answering, I'll just do it. Salt used the right way doesn't make food salty. Do you get that?
It brings out the flavor.
It brings out the flavor. It enhances everything. A chocolate cake without salt is, I guess, okay. A chocolate cake with the right amount of salt added, the chocolate is more vibrant. The flavors in this will sing, young Max. Sing because of the addition of salt. It won't be salty. Unless I over frickin' salt it, and I'm not going to. Get it? Now we mix this. Yum, the smell from here. I feel bad for people that can't smell. It's gotta change everything. There you go, look how gorgeous. This is gonna do a very good thing to our cup noodle nonsense. All right, now a little onion and tomato. We don't need a lot of this, but we want just the right little touch on top for a burst of flavor. I'm so hungry.
How many pounds have you lost?
4. I've lost 4 pounds in 10 days. Ask me how.
How?
Fucking starving myself. No, that's not true. I have severely curtailed my alcohol intake. Not really eating carbs much. A bite or two. I'm having a scrambled egg or two with vegetables in the morning for breakfast, or yogurt with fruit. I love it, but still, it's not, you know, pancakes and French toast. I'm not snacking. I complained this morning. I went to the fridge. I went to the pantry. I go, there's nothing freaking here for somebody that's trying to eat properly. I cannot wait for cocktail hour, man, honestly. It's like my prize for starving myself during the day, but I was getting puffy. I really was. I still am.
Your hair's getting a little puffy.
I know, the hair's ridiculous. I have to get it cut. Jordan has offered to cut it. And maybe we need to do that one day. It's ridiculous. But I don't want to get a haircut because I'm not supposed to go yet. I'm trying to honor the rules, which make me look like a freaking clown from 1972, but I actually look like my graduation picture. I should find it. The same freaking hair. Big and dumb. All right, let's finish this. Okay, so our little onion goes in here. And now tomato. Little Roma, we'll cut the ends off. Like this. Like this. And then, what do I want to do here? Let's just do this. Look how this knife cuts. Oh my goodness. We'll stack them up a little bit. That's probably too many. And just do this. Turn the bundle, hold, and now we'll have even size pieces, pretty much just like the onion. And if you don't want the juice in here, then you can de-seed these and you'll be fine. But I do want a little bit of moisture, so I'm happy to put these guys in just the way they are. Again, a little tiny bit of salt. Max, do I need to tell you what salt does?
I think it makes it salty.
You better shut up.
I don't think it does much.
Splash of oil, and we mix. Sort of Pico de Gallo-esque. I don't have peppers and stuff in here. I'm quite okay with this version of it. It's just fresh. Delicious. Okay, next, the steak. And when the grill is hot and the steak has been out of the fridge for about a half an hour, on we go. That was a big ass flame. Bring this guy back a bit. The smell, ladies and gentlemen, if you were here with me right now, You would be so happy. This is not gonna take long. This is really a few minutes aside. Because it's thin, of course it's the oil, it does the flames and stuff, but look how it shrunk up. It was like twice as long. It's like a guy jumping into the cold ocean. It shrinks. So after what, 45 seconds, we're getting some gorgeous freaking color, man. Just move it around a little bit. Let it do its thing. Look how pretty she is. You got a real pretty mouth. For a little more fun, let's just put some of this on. Oh, this is a dream. It's a freaking dream. I say another couple minutes and then this is probably done, this side. So look, there's a thin side and a thicker side. The thin side is pretty much done. So let's just put a little bit more of the marinade on top and then we'll just rest that so it doesn't get cooked anymore. We'll just concentrate on the thick side. This is called handling your meat, ladies and gentlemen. Handling your meat. Play with it, do the right thing. Look, if it was super thin and you couldn't bend it up like that, you could cut that thin piece off and put it on a cutting board. About 1 minute, that's coming off. Max, you ready?
I might die of smoke inhalation, so yes.
Off she comes. Onto a plate, and now to rest. And there's our fellow. Looking gorgeous, if I do say so myself. And look, I don't want to be this guy, but I'm going to be. Max, I have to have a little bite. Can I do that?
Yeah.
And you have to cut across the grain, right? We all know that. The grain's like this way here. Look how gorgeous that is. Oh my God. And wheat. Oh. Holy S, the flavor. Honestly, the flavor. But what's gonna happen next when we put it in with our noodles and the rest of the nonsense? Shall we? No, let's let this rest for 5 minutes, then we shall. It's cup noodle time. So we open. We open. Stand by. We open. We have our noodles. And I got hot and spicy chicken. And I know, it's weird. No, it's not. With the steak, it's weird that we're putting carne asada with this. The spice is only gonna add to the whole thing. So in these go to our little pot of boiling water. Oh no, that's not what happens. You add the water to these, right? Yeah. Shit, I forgot.
No, you can boil it also.
No, no, you can't. Then you're losing that. But you don't want the, no, here's what I have to do. Watch. I forgot.
We're lost, people. We don't know what we're doing.
I forgot. I haven't made these kind forever. Now we're ready. All right, now what we do is we take our boiling water out of our hand because we don't want to burn ourselves, and we add it up to the line, which is about this much. Now we leave it for 3 minutes like that. Now we can cut our carne asada. So let's take this guy off of here. And we'll cut. And we want to cut against the grain. And you can see the grain goes this way, right, Max?
Yeah.
So watch. I'm gonna cut a piece like this. Look how gorgeous. So now I'm gonna cut this way, right? I'm gonna make super thin slices. Lovely. I know you wanna eat some of this. Now we take the little pile and we turn it and we do this again. So now you've got something that can be mixed in there beautifully. Oh my God, it is so gorgeous. I can't wait to taste this. 3 minutes is up, and here's what we've got. We've got cup noodles. hot and spicy chicken. But we don't want the liquid, correct, Max?
Correct.
So I'm just gonna lift this up, let most of it drip off. You don't really get that much in the way of noodles, actually. But while the noodles are still hot, oops, I need to add something very important. And this is a combination of Monterey Jack and cheddar cheeses, just like that. And the Cali taco version had added cabbage. I'm going more east with some more green onion because my fave. Now, while the heat is doing its magic on the cheese, now we'll add some of our carne, like this, inside, a little bit more, and we continue to mix. Boy, this is lovely. That cheese is actually doing its beautiful thing in here. Now I think we can put it in our bowl, Max. I mean, in our cup, Max. So here we go. Let's go mostly noodles first. Is this gonna be enough? Sure, right? Oh yeah. Two things we need to add, or three. Next up is some of our sort of pico with a little bit more green onion. Hello there. We're gonna put a little bit of this sauce on top, which is gonna be fantastic. Two things. One is a little crumbled cotija cheese, like that. A little more of that. And then finally, a little slice of lime. Look how cute that is, Max. Max, look at that. All right, and I think the key to the whole thing is chopsticks, but wait, we take the lime and we squeeze it on top. I mean chopsticks because it is, after all, cup noodles underneath. Holy shit. I'm trying to process this in my head while reconciling the fact that I'm eating carbs at the same time. I think this is actually really freaking good. Oh my God. Cali Tacos, you're geniuses, and we remove our hats to you. And frankly, with this stupid hair, I wish I was wearing a hat. Okay, this is absolutely within your realm of possibility. I'm not making that up. You saw. Make the marinade, cook the steak, cut it up, make noodles, throw this shit together. I'm so in love. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Cali Tacos. Thank you, everybody out there.
Thank you to everybody ordering knives.
Thank you for everybody ordering knives.
C-word shirts.
C-word shirts. 100% goes to Feeding America's COVID-19 Fund.
10% from all the rest also.
10% from everything else. Look at Max.
So if you don't feel comfortable walking around in a bring the C-word shirt back, you can still help donate.
Absolutely. God. Honestly, I don't think I could stop.
You're pissed that you didn't think of that.
I'm bummed. F***ing awesome.